Hey there. If you're into motorsports and Thailand, might have a cool video for you here today. So I was out running yesterday, and there's a beach about 2 miles south of where we live, and I was running on it. And there was a lot of motocross stuff set up. And looks like they're having a big event here this weekend. That's where I am this morning. Kim and I came out here last night. Last night we were a little confused. We thought last night was the event, but it was actually just a practice. So during the course of this video, I'll show you some of the clips from last night during the practice, as well as some of the food we ate, and do some corrections, because last night I thought that the event was called Thai-Enduro.com. I'll put a link right here. They were actually one of the big race teams. So they were all set up. It looked like a Thai-Enduro event, but no, they're a race team. They actually have 20 people competing. So I'm gonna share some of the clips from last night and some of the new clips from today, and hope you enjoy the video.
ง่ายนะไม่เอาไอ้เหี้ยขาแข้งหายไอ้เหี้ยกลับไปเมียด่ากูอีกพี่อาร์มครับพี่อาร์มขี่ไหมเฮ้ยตัดหน่อยเข้ามาตรงนี้ต้องวางเดี๋ยวเมื่อกี้ไปอบรมให้เมื่อกี้แล้วถ้าลงมาแล้วหน้าผักนะเรียบร้อยบางทีเขาเล่นเกินปั๊บเนี่ยอัดขาดิฟิกโบลิ่งดิสโตนนะครับดีโรดี้นะครับมอเตอร์สปอร์ตเฮ้ยพี่โชคโอ้โหโคตรเท่อะเฮ้ยพี่โชคแม่งขี่รถดับแล้วเข้าบุรีนี่แม่งโคตรเท่อะแม่งเท่ทุกเนินอะ
What do you think?
Super cool, right?
Super cool, right?
Yeah.
Kim, did you see all the food they have?
Yeah, there's some cool stuff up here.
Yeah, there are. We're going to check it out right now. We'll see there. All right, so we got a little update. Tonight, what we're seeing is just practice. So they're just practicing right now, right, Kim?
Yeah.
And the actual race is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So they take off from here, they go all the way to the mountains, and then they finish down here, mountains to the sea. And the cool part of this, see that mountain right there in front of us? We live just on the other side of it. A little rider briefing right there. Getting ready for the big race tomorrow. This is why we really came, if anybody wanted to know. Hello. What do you think of these things, Kim? The chicken kebabs?
One of our favorites.
One of our favorites. And we don't see them that often here, do we?
No.
We saw them a lot more in Samui, didn't we?
You know what else is one of our favorites? Look over there.
Ice cream. I got my chicken kebab sandwich here, roll up, and it is amazing. And I got to tell you, it was less than $2. One of my favorite things actually at like night markets and stuff in Thailand. What'd you get, Kim? How much was it?
30 baht.
30 baht.
Yeah.
Less than $1. What'd you get, Kim?
Potato.
And how much was it?
I don't know. How much was it?
25 baht.
Yeah.
Less than $1. What flavor did you get?
Paprika.
Cool.
ปาสตาร์ทพี่ปอ
So I believe that there's heat races this morning and maybe all day today and part of tomorrow.
มานี่ครับพี่หมอ
It's a 2-day event, but I do believe that the first heat race starts at 9 a.m. It's also called the Sea to the Mountain race or Mountain to the Sea. Not quite sure. I'll put as much information down below and add more information as the day goes on.
ขึ้นมาขึ้นมาบนมาตูตามขึ้นบนไปรุ่นสามขอขึ้นบนเลยขึ้นบนไปพี่ตั้ม
So I could be wrong, but I think it's about a 15 to 20 kilometer loop. I believe it starts here at the beach, goes inland to the mountains, and then back. I'm going to show you some of the obstacles right here in a moment, just to give you an idea of how cool these guys are.
รอบเช้านะครับเปิดซ้อมนะครับ9 โมงถึง 9 โมง 30 นะครับคนละ1 รอบเท่านั้นนะครับคนละ1 รอบตั้งแต่ 10 โมงนะครับถึงเที่ยงโปรล็อกเรียงตามเราพร้อมปล่อยแล้วครับพี่ปอครับให้ม้าเร็ววิ่งเช็คว่าพร้อมไหมเส้นทางถ้าพร้อมแล้วบอกผมเลย
I'm also going to show you some of the obstacles and some of the course. Not going to go inland very far, I don't think, but I will show you all the stuff out here at the beach. And I'll start with this. A little technical. And they are not allowed to ride on the beach. This is the course right here. Probably a couple 100 meters of this. Then I'll show you what they have after that. One of the obstacles right here.
อันนี้ไม่ได้แบบวิ่งหรอกงานกระบี่นะรถมันเช่ารถของ
Practice last night. People were flying over that obstacle. And some weren't flying over so good. So probably a whole mix of experience levels out here should be good and interesting and exciting.
ใหญ่โตมากๆจัดได้อลังการงานสร้างเตรียมภูมินะครับสวัสดีครับเอฟซีนะครับใครไปนะครับบอกได้เลยว่าพานุแอร์ให้ส่วนลด 20% เพราะราคาจริงมัน380ชั่วคราว
I think they're still doing a little bit of practicing right now.ไม่ได้รถทับเปล่าไม่ทับไม่เป็นไรโอเค So it looks like they do a staggered start. I thought it was going to be a mass start, but it's a staggered start. Looks like they're starting somebody every 30 seconds or so. I might be wrong. This might be still a warm-up lap right before the start. I'm hoping it's a mass start, because if it is, I'm going to run down to the other end of the beach, and the first obstacle, second obstacle, is going to be absolute carnage if it's a mass start. I want to be there for it. So I just got an update. Today was practice and sort of like heat races. They're starting, each person's doing a lap, they're getting timed, and that's how they're going to start tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to start every 10 seconds apart, and then groups of 5. So I believe the start time's 9 a.m. So I plan on being back here tomorrow. Hope to see you here, and we'll see you in a bit. Hey there. Might not recognize me from the earlier part of the video, but I shaved, and it's Sunday morning now, and the race is supposed to start. We were told it starts at 9 a.m. They're gonna send off one bike every 10 seconds, and then groups of 5 every 20 or 30 seconds after that. What's interesting though is, I don't know if you can see behind me, that's rain. There is rain within 3 to 5 miles of us right now. There was a big thunderstorm out there, and it's kinda heading this way, and it's kinda gonna skirt it. I'll tell you what, if it heads this way, that first obstacle that I showed you guys is gonna be an absolute nightmare. They might not even be able to go over it because it'll be slippery and wet. So we're gonna head over to the start, and we'll see you in a bit. Can't wait to show you what the starting area looks like. There's about 400, 500 bikes up here. See you in a second. That's where the start's going to be, right there. They're going to turn. They're going to come down onto the beach. So they're going to come down these steps. They're going to go down the beach. Then I'm going to go down there and see where they head after that. I walked a little further down the beach, and there is a little obstacle right there. A few little trees laying on the ground. Here, they've got to come up those rocks and across. It looks like they're going to go down the sidewalk that way. So Kim and I were just talking to one of the racers. He's from Australia. And I had talked to him yesterday, and it was kind of funny. I asked him what time the race started. He said he didn't know. I asked him how far inland he goes. He goes, I don't really know. I said, do you know if the race finishes here at the beach or if it finishes up in the mountains? He goes, mate, I don't speak Thai. I don't know none of this stuff. He knows nothing about the course. He knows nothing about the length of it. He just knows he has 7 hours or 7.5 hours to finish it. He actually thinks he can finish in top 10. He's been a dirt bike rider his whole life, so that ought to be interesting. Looking forward to see where he finishes. But he knows nothing about the course, and neither do we. So it is a long course. We're just at the start, and it goes to the mountains, wherever that is. So they come off the beach. It looks like they come down this long straightaway right here, and then they turn here, and they'll cross the main road, and then there's a whole series of obstacles right here. After this, we have no idea where they go, so we won't know. We won't be visiting any of the other places, but we'll be here when it starts, and maybe we'll come back later this afternoon towards the end. There's the start, and there's the coffee shop. Kim, what are you doing? Kim, what are you doing? So the chance of rain looks like it's dropped to 0. The sun is out now. It's definitely heating up. We're at the start, and that looks like the race briefing was just happening. So the fastest people qualifying start first. you enjoyed the carnage so far. It looks like they slowed down the starts. I'm heading back to the start line to see how many bikes are still left to go. And then I'm gonna head to the main obstacle area nearby us, and that ought to be really, really interesting. Looks like a lot more people still to go.
Hey, honey.
So the way the start order was determined is yesterday they did a short little course here on the beach, which I showed you some of that, the obstacle course, and they got timed, and that's how they determined their starting time. So the later the person starts, the worse they did on the obstacle course. So it should get more and more exciting as it goes by, and I'm heading over to the big obstacle area right now. That ought to be really, really interesting. Here comes the first set of riders. That's going to be it for the video. There's obviously going to be a heck of a lot more carnage out there on the course, but it is hot, it is dirty, dusty, it is loud, and it was worth standing out here in the sun all day, wasn't it, Kim?
Yeah.
It was awesome. So maybe I have a new hobby. Maybe not. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. We always love to hear from you. And we'll see you soon.